Hey everyone, welcome to our episode 2 of our Forbidden Lands RPG campaign. I hope everybody enjoyed the first episode. We've hit quite a few views and minutes watched, and the amount of hours that have been watched since last week has been phenomenal. So we want to thank everybody that has tuned in and watched our campaign. If you like these types of campaigns, I want you to hit the like button down below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you be a part of our community and get notified every single time we go live with one of these videos and actual plays. Before we begin, let me introduce our players and our GM. Let's go right down the list. I'll go right underneath me. Let's welcome Amanda Call from ageofnight.com.
Hello.
Amanda is playing the Goblin Crobin.
Crobin.
Sorry. It's all right. I don't know. Look at Jason. Okay, next to Amanda on, let me see here. Let me see if I'm getting this right. Is Rob Pelagian from A Pawn's Perspective.
Hello.
Rob is playing Liet, the human minstrel. Nice. Next to Rob on the other side is Jason Hunt, the Geek of the North from the Chaotic Good podcast.
Hello.
Jason, you are playing Artan, the
Druid.
The Druid.
Yes, human druid.
Excellent. And above Jason is RPG player, GM extraordinaire, Morgan Nuncio.
Hi. It's gonna be one of those nights.
You've embarrassed her, Doug.
Oh no! What's up?
Morgan, who are you playing? You're playing Zephyr, the
Rider.
The rider. That's
Yeah.
right. You've got a horse companion.
And her name is Chaya.
That's right.
I realized she's I didn't tell you what kind of horse she was. She's like one of those spotted. I don't know horses.
A spotted horse.
She's one of those spotted horses. Nice.
Those gypsy horses with the long mane.
Not that term, please. But
isn't that what they're called?
No, it's a spotted saddle horse.
Oh, okay.
Or American papers.
I am very sorry.
Yeah, that term's just no bueno.
I actually thought that was the name of the horse.
Oh. Still no bueno.
No bueno. I am sorry.
And then the man that's making this all possible, you know him, you love him from his YouTube content over on the Questwise channel. Mr. Questwise himself, Jody Brandt. Jody, RGM.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
I think it's going well. We'll see how well it's going to go here in a little bit.
How good it's going is up to you, Jody.
That's right. That's right.
The dice gods will decide.
Absolutely.
I'm not nervous. Nope, not at all.
Not at all.
Why would I be?
All right. So let's do we want to give a recap of what happened last week, or do we want to just jump into it? What do you want to do, folks? We can do one way or the other.
Does someone want to do a recap for us this week?
I mean, we could do group recap if you want.
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. I'll start. Jason, you can follow.
Okay.
Not that I'm calling you out. So our party we're not quite sure how we were formed at one point. We are all together. We were running away from these, orcs?
Orcs?
Yes, they were orcs.
Into this forest. Once we got into the forest, the orcs didn't want to follow us any further because of some, I don't know, what was it, Jody? It was some sort of mystical curse or something that I can't remember.
Yeah,
woods with a history.
Yeah. They had some sort of history in with them, and we were there to deliver a child to, I'm trying to find the Brona, correct?
That's correct.
and we made our way through the forest. Along the way, we found a dwarf. Right?
You did indeed, yeah.
Found a dwarf.
Yeah, we found it. I mean, he was
Found
stuck
and dropped.
Yeah, he was stuck up in a tree,
Hey,
but we tried rescuing him. Well,
I
Crow,
rescued him. I rescued him from that tree.
yeah, I guess so. And
Still be stuck up in the tree if it weren't for me.
he would have been, and he fell to the ground. We took him with us to see Brona. Brona was in like this, like, I don't know what you want to call it. Jason, what was it? It was like a
Grove.
What's that?
It's a grove for all intents and purposes. To be honest,
It was a grove with all these like
there's an altar in the middle. There was a large carved altar in the middle, with some pathways leading in and out of the forest.
Yeah, and
Brona.
yeah, we returned in. We ran into Brona. Brona was not very forthcoming with too many.
He was not forthcoming with information, and Zephyr was not very forthcoming with the child.
Yeah. And just as we were closing out the scene, my character, Torak, kind of sensed that maybe Brona wasn't all that he was appearing to be. And from there, I will hand it over to Jody, our GM.
All right. So yes, you were in the Drakenwald forest at a place called Karamor, which is a druidic grove, and Torak. I don't know. I always want to call you Korak, but Torak was the last to sort of catch a whiff of this sort of death and decay and weird, strange smell coming off of what you assumed was Brona, the druid. Artan was very sure that that Brona was the head of this druidic order. And so we're going to jump in right there. So, Torak, you were literally the closest one to Brona right now. And he's, if you remember at the end of the session, he sort of turned and looked at you with this sort of strange red glint in his eyes. So we're going to start right there. So we're going to start the action with Torak. And then if you remember from last session, the way we're doing initiative, because it's a little bit hard to do on the stream with cards, what we're going to do is I'm going to pick a person to go first. And then that player will choose who gets to go next and on down the line. So, Torak, we're going to start with you. You're right there. The druid Brona sort of looking over his shoulder at you with this red gleam in his eye. What would you like to do?
I would like to. I think immediately the hair on the back of my neck or the back of my head is going to stick up, and my ears will go back, and I'll maybe give him a little growl and look at him.
Okay. That it?
Yeah, I'm going to is there like any kind of intimidation? There's not really any intimidation, is there?
You're like a 7-foot dog.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see.
Would that fall under manipulation?
Maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe manipulation.
Seriously, if a 7-foot dog man growled at me, I'd be like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm just gonna growl and I'm right up close to him. Is he the closest thing to me, or is my party close? Is my party?
They're on the other side of where Bruno's at. So you're probably the closest person to him, and Artan would probably be next.
All right, I'm going to take out my sword and point it at his. I'm going to put it like right underneath his chin.
Okay. Do you want to roll for that? Empathy manipulation?
Okay, yeah, sure. Manipulation. Oh, it's just 2. Let's roll. So just 2. I did not get any kind of results, so I'm going to push it and see what happens. Oh, but I got a failure.
Okay.
There it goes.
Remember, that doesn't count on the first roll.
Yeah, no, it was on my second when I pushed it.
Okay. So you got 1 failure?
So I'm going to put 1 in my empathy, and I get a willpower point for that, correct?
Correct.
All right. Yeah, so I got a failure. So I don't think it did any good
Yeah, so
trying to intimidate this guy.
You raise the sword up to his chin, and his eyes just bore into yours, and it's almost like it kind of backfired on you. Almost like he's not intimidated whatsoever, but now you are a little bit as well. So, who would you like to go next?
I'll let Artan go next.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of this gleam, right?
Not really, no. But you kind of witnessed this sort of intimidating stare between the two of them, but you haven't really noticed the glare so much. He hasn't looked at you yet. So,
okay. I am going to get out my staff and I'm going to regret this. I'm going to attempt to step into the way of Torak and Brona. And I'm not going to try to bang the sword out of the way. I'm just going to try and put my staff against it and direct it in another direction.
Okay.
And I'm going to put one hand out towards Brona as if to try to calm everybody down and say, "What are you doing? This is Brona. We have to do what he says. This is the whole reason why we came here." And that's about it. And then I'm going to turn it over to Liat.
All right. So I'm going to give kind of Zephyr a reassuring look. And I am going to put myself between Brona and Keyleth and kind of push back, take a step back and try to get her to move back a little bit to give Zephyr some room to move if she needs to.
Sure.
And I will use my manipulation on Verona and kind of just, everybody needs to be calm. We can figure out, what's going on. Let's talk this out kind of deal.
Okay.
So that would be 5 + 2.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got an empathy of 5 and a manipulation of 2. And I got a VCG is a no, that's a 6.
That's a 6, yeah.
All right, so I
That's a
got
6.
1 6 and that's it.
Nice.
No failures.
Awesome.
Okay. So Brona, I'm doing opposed rolls for these. Brona also got 1 6. So he doesn't seem to be intimidated, but there's no harm, no foul to you at all. So.
Okay.
All right, and who would you like to go next?
Let's get Zephyr go next.
All right. Seeing that Liat wanted to keep Leth safe, Keyleth safe, Zephyr just gives him a nod and sort of darts into the woods, sort of keeping along the edge, but going further down so she can draw the heat on her, and then just knocks an arrow and just holds it. So I'm waiting for something to happen.
Okay. And where is Keyleth now? The child is.
She's behind Liat.
Okay, cool.
Right. I'm just kind of trying to back her towards the edge of the clearing.
And I'm gonna keep Chaya with them.
Okay.
So.
And who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna let Krobin go next.
Okay.
All right. Robin has no idea what is going on now. It's like, what? I thought this was the guy. No, it's not the guy. Are we fighting now? And he's just going to pull out his dagger and just start looking back and forth, kind of confused. Now that Artan is trying to stop us and the rest of us are being aggressive to him. Would anyone care explaining to me what's going on here? I thought we were on a mission and now we're not. Hey, explain yourself.
So, Krobin, as you draw your weapons and you're standing there, you hear this twang of a bow or a crossbow, and you see this bolt go ripping past your face towards Brona. And just before it hits Brona, you kind of look over your shoulder and you realize that the dwarf that you guys had laying on the little makeshift whatever has fired a crossbow at Brona. The arrow, just before it actually hits the druid, Brona, like his whole body sort of like covers in vines to protect himself, and the arrow sort of sticks into one of the vines somewhere near his shoulder area. Let's see. Artan, I need you to make me an insight check for me.
Will do. One success.
Okay. You're sort of there in the midst of everything. You now get that strange whiff of stuff as well too. And as you see these vines start to creep over his body and stuff, you with your ability, you have the lore ability, right? You're pretty good with that.
Actually, I don't have lore. No.
All right, that'd be Liat, right?
I believe that was Liat that had lore. Yeah.
Okay. So you see this thing, these vines start to creep over his body, and you realize that something's not right. Like, this doesn't seem to be the Brona that you've heard stories about, being sort of the druidic order and stuff. The high druid, I guess. So
Is there something wrong with the vines, or
no? Well,
does it just not seem druidic to me, or what?
I mean, it's very druidic, but it seems a little out of place. Like, this isn't the way a high druid would be acting, kind of thing.
Okay.
And now you see this sort of red glint in his eye as well too.
Okay.
And now it's Brona's turn. So Brona's going to. You see his hand sort of come up and clench into a fist, and so some of the vines sort of twist together into this sort of big spike off the end of his hand. And he's gonna like reach out and punch towards you, Artan. Let's see.
Okay.
It's this many and this many. One of those. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to push it. That's better. All right, so you have a choice here. You can try to parry with a weapon if you have one in your hand.
I have my staff, yeah.
Or you can try to dodge. Dodge is kind of interesting in that if you decide to dodge, if you're successful, you go prone. You fall to the ground.
Right.
Or at a cost of 2 dice to your pool, you can try to stay standing after you dodge as well.
I'll try to parry. My staff has parrying as one of its features.
Okay, go ahead and do that for me.
Does this qualify as a blunt attack?
Actually, it would be a piercing attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I only get 3 dice for that. Because it's not a blunt attack. So let's see. No successes.
Okay.
I'll try to push it. Can I push those?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can push it. Okay.
Yep.
2 successes. Excellent.
Okay. So Brona actually scored 4 successes.
Ow.
So your dodge is actually gonna your 2 successes is gonna reduce that by 2. So you're gonna take 2 points of damage to your strength.
To strength, okay.
Yep. But he also rolled a 1, which means that somehow that spike must have caught on your staff as you were trying to do it, and it snaps it off. So he's no longer. It's just not attached to his hand anymore.
Oh, snaps the spike. I thought you were saying it snapped my staff. I was like,
No, snapped the spike off as he was coming through.
Fair enough.
All right. Yeah, you're pretty sure this is not the high druid.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to pass it over to. I'm going to throw back to Krobin just because it's a mean thing to do.
Oh, sorry, I was muted because I was coughing. Yeah, so now Krabben is convinced that we're actually fighting this guy. So that at
Well,
least
he's fighting
clears
me. Well,
that clears things up a little bit anyway. I'm not right nearby him, so I'm gonna can I find a rock on the ground?
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Great, I'm gonna pick up a small rock and use my sling to throw it at this guy's head.
Okay.
So I attack with my sling. So that's, hold on, I have it. Yes, not much because I'm not great at things. What's the attack roll for ranged weapon? Is that still going to be strength or is that agility based?
I think it's agility.
It's marksmanship plus agility.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I don't have marksmanship, but I am very sneaky. All right, I did get a success. Hooray!
Okay.
And the sling does 1 damage, apparently.
Okay.
So I sling a rock at his head.
Okay. And he's unaware of it because you're just not in his so he'll take that point of damage. All right. So it hits him in the side of the back of the right side back of his head, and he kind of steps forward and turns and now looks back at you, and now his eye is directed directly at you. Who would you like to go next?
Somebody save me. Torek, help.
All right. So I'm going to take, since my sword is already out and next to him, I'm just going to haul back and just try to give Great a big old heave right into his side.
Okay.
While he's not looking. So that is fight. Where is it? Sorry, I'm looking. It's strength 4. That's another 2 and 1. Okay, so let's roll these 7 dice. Oh, I got 2 failures and 2 1s and nothing else. If I push it, those are going to definitely be bad.
What dice are they on?
They're on my base dice too.
Okay. Yeah, you would take damage back to yourself.
Yeah. I am just gonna leave it like that because I can't justify rolling anything worse because that's gonna really be bad.
So as you swing your sword, he takes a slight step toward Krobin, and it's just enough that your sword sort of hits the vines and slides off to the side, not doing a lot of damage to him. So.
Sorry, Krobin.
Who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna let I'll let Zephyr go next.
Let me shoot him. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So I got a question. Whenever it says short, you're in your weapon slot and it says +2. Is that +2 dice or just you add that?
Your bonus is +2 dice. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So +2 for the bow. 5 for agility, and then 2 for marksmanship.
Nice.
Am I forgetting anything else? Fast shooter just means I can just do things. Dropping. All right. Oh, okay. Let me dig out all these dice. I got 2 successes.
Nice. Okay.
It's just 6s are successes, right?
Just 6s. Yep. If you were to push it, if you didn't get like any 6s on this roll, you could push it, but you'd have to keep all your 1s.
I got 1-1.
Yeah, you're better off just keeping the way it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it that way.
Yeah, you hit him, so I would stay safe where you're at.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage for your bow.
It just says.
No. It just has 1 damage.
Oh, okay.
And then also have iron head arrows. I don't know if that helps at all. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, I'm not sure on those.
Sorry, you didn't look up sooner. Oh, excuse me.
It gives you extra arrows.
Oh, it just gives me extra arrows. Okay, then never mind.
Your resource die is 1 higher on arrows.
I gotcha. Cool. All right. So you did 1 point of damage. So the arrow just embeds itself into the vines in the front of his chest, and he kind of staggers a little bit. And he realizes that he's being attacked from every direction now. Who would you like to go next?
She's also gonna like try to dive into some bushes and like sort of like move around, but I don't know if I can do that or not. But if not, then I understand. Okay, so she's gonna like basically just skirt around a bit more, so she's like got him from another angle, and I'm gonna let Liat go next.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna keep kind of backing up, draw my knife, and I will once again with my manipulation, although this time with sharp tongue, plead for this madness to stop.
Okay.
We just need to know what's going on. So basically what this is for every 6 I roll above the opposed roll, he'll take 1 point of empathy damage.
Okay.
So again, I roll 5, 6, 7 dice. I got 2 1s and a 6. But so now if I push, I'd have to get more 6s than I have 1s.
Yeah, you keep the 1s and the 6 and then re-roll everything else. But the 1s would turn bad.
I'm gonna push it, man. I really need this dude to lay down. Oh, I got another 6, but I got another 1, so it's 2 6s and 3 1s.
Oh, that's not good.
All right, so that's going to be 3 damage back to you. It would be your empathy if that's the yep.
So now that drops my empathy pool, right?
Yes. Well, temporarily.
No.
Temporarily, yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be it. So now, Artan, have you gone this turn yet?
I have not.
Let's give it to you.
All right. Well, obviously he's not on our side, so I will just I will look at him with this massive look of utter disappointment and betrayal, and heave with my staff back and just try to club him right in his druidic head.
Okay.
That's not going to go very well because I'm a little Nancy boy with a stick. Let's see. So 2 to 3. Oh, 1 success though. Yay!
All right.
I'll bop him on the head. It does 1 damage if it gets through, if he doesn't dodge or anything.
Yeah, no, he didn't roll any successes, so it's going to get through. It's 1 point.
I guess that would be just to his strength, I guess.
Yep. And it's 1 point? Yeah?
Yeah, just 1 point, yeah.
Okay.
I am not...
Quick question. Do I get willpower from that last failure?
You do.
You're going to get 3.
Nice, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's everybody for us, isn't it? Back to Brona now?
Back to me, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So he's furious now, and the staff he's been holding is this sort of like gnarled wooden, it's like a gnarled piece of wood with a big knob on the top of it. And he throws it to the side, and as he does, you see the sort of illusion fall away from him. So he's no longer the druid Brona. He doesn't look like a druid at all anymore. Like his robes begin to just like fade away into smoke, kind of these weird wisps. And he's now this sort of, he's the same height, but he's now sort of twisted, still covered in these weird vines and stuff. And he rears back and he just bellows out this huge roar. Let's see. So everybody, I need you all to make that's a good question. Let me see.
Like a dodge or something?
Actually, it's going to be an endurance check for me, please. So your strength plus your endurance.
Ouch.
Big
Come
box,
on,
no way.
VCG dice.
Oh, crap.
No.
Nothing for me.
Hey, I got a success.
Oh no. I got 2 ones.
I got a 1, but I don't know if I want to push it or not. I don't think I want to push it.
I don't want to push it.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Doug, I like these dice. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So Liat's the only person who has any success on our end.
Mm.
So everybody who didn't get a success, one's
Yep.
going to take 1, 2, 3 points of damage to your strength.
Oh,
Thank goodness that would have toppled me.
Oh,
Is everybody still alive?
I am still alive.
what? Yeah, what happens when it's all of them? What happens when that's all of them?
You become broken.
Broken.
Ow! I broke.
Okay. So let's see.
Okay, so Robin, you are my next target.
If we take
Torak-
damage that exceeds the actual rank, like if I have my strength is only 3, so that attack put me at 5 damage to my strength. So does that put me down?
You would be broken, yeah.
Okay, so I am also broken.
Torak, Torak, do you want to look up the broken rule for me, just so we can read it out loud for everybody?
I can. Let me go grab my book.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Does anybody have a book in front of them?
I have
I'm
the
scrolling
PDF.
as we talk.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I thought it'd be just nice to read it on the stream so that everybody who's watching can kind of get an idea of how that works.
For sure.
A description of exactly how we're about to die.
Yay.
So when an attribute score reaches 0, you are broken. This means that you are put out of action in one way or another. Exactly what it means to be broken depends on what attribute has been depleted. So strength, you are knocked senseless. Roll for a critical injury for the type of damage you suffered. Page 196. If you're not dead, you can only crawl and mumble through the pain. You can't perform any other actions, and you can't roll for any skills.
Fun.
So page 196. Let me see if I can get down there quick enough.
It's a D66 roll.
Did you guys find it or?
Yeah, we got it, Doug. We're good.
Sorry.
Yep. So it's critical injuries. So it says let's see what kind of damage was it? Slashing.
So it's going to be under horror.
Horror. Ooh.
Yep.
So
It's
stab wounds.
Fun.
Critical injuries. Other.
Oh no, there is a horror
that's-
table.
Oh, there's horror.
Oh, there
Right next
is.
to that.
Yeah.
Horror.
Okay.
So it's a D66.
Yep.
And then that's your trauma.
So are we rolling that for ourselves, or are you going to roll that for us?
Go ahead and roll it for yourselves,
Okay.
and just let me know what happens.
I become claustrophobic, which is not terribly relevant while we're in a woodland clearing, but that's
Well,
what
you begin to feel like there's so much chaos going on around you. I think that you kind of feel like the forest is sort of pushing in around you. So let's say that your claustrophobia is only happens when you're in forested areas.
oh, okay. Like the one that we're surrounded by. That's
Sure, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the one you happen to be in right this moment.
That's awesome.
I am sullen. I get -1 penalty to all rolls for empathy.
Oh,
You're pouting.
I am sad. I am sad.
Yeah,
face.
I mean, this is, I think, probably reflects back on the fact that you trusted him so fully.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, very
That's
nice.
fair.
I'm so hurt by his betrayal. I'm just like,
Wait, so you have to roll 66 dice in order to do this?
No.
No,
No.
two 6-sided dice, and one would be
Yeah.
10 and one would be the ones.
right. You go like, so like I rolled 2 different colored ones, and I just said green is 10s and gold is ones.
Oh,
Please.
okay. Okay, I was very confused. Like, what?
and Morgan's like, where am I going to find 66 D6? Oh my God.
I mean, I do have fiasco dice. I don't know if it's enough though, but like,
Throwing dice everywhere.
Did either of you guys roll for your healing time?
I got 3 for my healing time.
Nice.
what does healing time mean?
I think it's how long before you can recover from that penalty.
I got 12.
Oh,
Of all the times to roll 2 6s.
okay.
Oh, if you got 2 6s, it would be actually a 66.
No, for the
No, it's for the time.
Oh, the healing time.
Healing time.
Ouch.
66 on horror is just dead.
Just dead.
Literally, you have a heart attack and die.
Do these conditions go away if they become unbroken through healing?
You're actually stuck with them until you can find a way to heal them. So
Okay.
through therapy or however you want to overcome that.
Therapy.
Well, no, it's totally a thing. But you can also
the person in town, the therapist.
right. Well, yeah, there's always a blacksmith, a therapist. They're all right there. Narratively, however you can sort of explain them away is kind of how the best way I always think of it. So, Zephyr, what did you roll?
Oh, I'm not down.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I have 1 strength left.
Awesome. Okay. So Krobin is down, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure am.
And Artan, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So everybody else is still up. So Liette, I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, seeing that Artan and Krabin went down, I am going to use my Path of the Hymn at level 2, and basically get Krabin. I will spend 2 willpower to restore. Let's see. So you can help a broken combat with short range, get up on her feet. For every willpower you spend, your comrade recovers 1 point of the attribute that has been reduced to 0. So I will spend 2 willpower to bring Krabin up to heal 2 of his strength.
Okay.
And I will then keep trying to back Keyleth out of the clearing into the woods to make sure she's kind of out of harm's way. And then, so who is still up? Torak, Zephyr, and Artan. I'm going to pass it to Zephyr.
All right. I'm going to, because I have fast shooter, that means I just don't have to take a prepare time. Let me just read that real quick. You don't need to prepare before you shoot with a ranged weapon. So I'm basically just going to automatically just pull and fire again.
Okay.
All right, so... I got 3 1s and no 6s.
Oh,
Oh, I don't want to push it, but I kind of do, but I don't. I'm not going to.
Okay.
Very mad at
So your arrow kind of goes wide and kind of misses him. Who would you like to go next?
Torak.
all right. Torak's just gonna keep swinging on this. That's what we got to do because I got to get his attention away from my wounded comrade. So I'm just going to start swinging with my sword again, and hopefully this time I'll hit him.
Okay.
Let me see here. Aha! 4 successes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
How much damage does your sword do?
1 damage each, or 1 damage it does. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it does 1 extra per success though.
So it's per. Yeah, I can. There's a couple other bonuses if I want to, but yeah, I'm just gonna throw it all in damage and do 4 damage to him.
Okay. Okay. So you swing and the sword connects just perfectly. Just solid hit. The vines and stuff take a part of the blow, but several of it gets through. You can see this sort of like black ichor that you're assuming is blood start to sort of seep out through the vines and stuff now, and he stumbles forward. He definitely is hurt. Like you can tell that that blow really did some damage to him. Let's see, who's left?
Is Artan left or?
I haven't gone yet.
Can Artan
Not
go?
He
that
can
I
crawl
do
and
it.
mumble.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll just crawl away, crawl away as far as I can.
Cool. So as you're starting to crawl away, you all hear the dwarf yell from the side of the side of the clearing. He's like, "You all need to get out of here. You can't face this foe by yourselves." And you can see he's like even trying to like crawl. He's trying to pull himself, like he's grabbing tree branches and stuff, and he's slowly trying to like haul his broken body away from this clearing.
Did he fall off the horse?
Oh, I assumed you had him like on a sled or something next to the horse or whatnot, but
Oh no, he was on the back of the horse.
he's definitely still trying to get away. Like he's not happy. But yeah, he bellows out to all of you. This is a foe beyond all of you guys. Let's pass it over to let's go back to Torek, see what you can do.
All right, so Torek is going to look him in the eye, and I'm just gonna through my teeth. I'm gonna say, "We'll pick this up another time." And I'll put my sword in the sheath in the back, and I'll get down on all fours and start running away.
Okay. Leah, make a lore check for me.
Lore. So let's see.
boy.
I'm down to 2 empathy plus 3 lore. So 5 dice. 2 6s and 1 1.
Okay. So as you see this guy, sort of, the vines and stuff and the blood come out, this weird black blood start to seep out of him. It occurs to you that you remember a story of the time before the blood mist, or actually a time right at the beginning of that when there was a huge war, and that this rift had been opened by this wizard that you can't remember their name, but these demons had poured out into the Forbidden Lands, and they needed to take physical form in order to sort of manifest themselves. Otherwise, they were just like these blood spirits who could come up only at night. And you're pretty sure that this creature that stands before you is a demon. And from the lore that you remember, the stories that you remember, you're thinking that he's probably inhabited the body of Brona. This is a pretty powerful enemy from the stories that you can remember and recollect back on. So
All right,
Torek's taking a run for it. Zephyr, what are you doing?
I want to shoot him again, but she knows better. At least she tries to knows better. She's gonna run in and actually grab Artan and try to like sling him over her shoulder, or at least try to help him and start dragging him away.
Okay.
Yay!
So she's gonna come into the clearing and grab Artan.
Okay. So make a,
Oh boy.
just because it's another full-size person. Let's try. We'll make an endurance check. See if you can haul him away. You just need 1 success.
Cool, because my strength is at 1 now because of all the injuries, and I have 1 in endurance, so it's 2 dice. I'm gonna push myself because I didn't get anything on that one.
Okay.
And I got a 1 on that one.
No.
Oh, I'll just start being broken. It's okay. Because
I'm
that's
actually
right.
I'm gonna give you that point in agility.
Oh, okay.
Just because you strained yourself, like you're moving a little slower now. I feel like maybe you pulled a muscle or something trying to drag his sort of mumbling body.
Oh, my hammy!
Yeah, you blew a hammy.
You blew a hammy.
Why are you so tall?
Krobin, you're out right now. Right?
Slender.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, you're out right now, right? You're just like,
No. Oh, Leah.
Yeah,
Got me
I
back
healed
up.
him for 2.
all right, cool. What would you like to do, Krobin?
Everyone's running away, so I'm going to run away with them. I don't want to be left alone out here.
Okay.
But then I go into the trees and they make me
But you're
nervous.
running towards the trees.
Leah, what are you gonna do?
All right, so we can do 1 fast and 1 slow action, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm guessing. So Chaya's been with me because Zephyr left her with me. I am gonna pick up Keyleth and put her on the horse, and just give the horse like a whack right in the hindquarters to get Keyleth out of there. And I'm guessing that would be a slow action since it takes time.
We'll call it a fast action.
Okay. So then, would I then be able to use my sharp tongue again?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Sure.
So kind of stand my ground, making sure that I'm still between Keyleth and the demon. And just as much as Liat's broken voice will let him just scream, "Be gone, demon. There's no place for you here." And I will do my. So now I'm down a bit on empathy again. So that's going to be 2 plus 2 for manipulation. I got absolutely nothing, so I'm going to push it.
Okay.
Real good.
Oh.
I did it. Oh, and I got a 1.
Oh no!
And no successes.
You earned that one.
So that bumps me down another empathy.
Okay.
But I'm not broken yet.
Good.
That's me. Who has not gone yet? I think everyone has, right?
I think that's everybody. Yeah.
Demon-y turn.
Okay. Let's see. What's the demon gonna do? Let's see. All right. So he's gonna. Let's see. Yeah. So you see him sort of like just the vines start to creep over him again, and all these sort of like spikes and weird protrusions start to grow out of his body and stuff. And you're the only one left in the field, so he's going to charge you.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Ouch. All right. Well, he got no successes on it. He pushed it, and he got 2 failures. So he starts to charge for you and towards you, and there's just something slips out from under his feet, and he just comes crashing to the ground. And now he's just
on
like
one of his own vines.
pawing, yeah, he's just pawing at the ground, trying to climb towards you. Let's throw it back to you again. Yeah.
I'm gonna take off after that. The horse, the Chaya that I just slapped in the butt. Who currently is broken?
Hello.
Artan. And as I'm running, just Path of the Hem level 2. I'm going to spend 2 willpower to bring your strength back up to 2, or heal you 2 on your strength.
Heal me by 2. Okay. There it is.
As I'm running, it's like crap. Artan, you're doing great. Crap.
And Artan is
I'm still
back
broken.
up. Still broken. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
I need 1 more point back to be unbroken.
We're going to say that you come to consciousness enough that you see everybody starting to flee towards the forest, and you realize Zephyr, you're right there with him, right?
Yeah, I got him. I got one of his arms over my shoulders, and I'm sort of like dragging him along.
So picture like one of those war movies where everything kind of goes into slow motion and the sound is all muffled and everything. And so you look up, you kind of come to, and everything's kind of blurry, and all you can see is Zephyr like screaming at you, but it's very muffled. You can't
really quiet, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you one slow action. You're not going to get a fast action, but I'll give you a slow action. So you can move, you could attack, whatever you want to do as a slow.
Attack, moving.
I just thought I'd leave the option open in case.
There will be no last stand for Artan this day. I'll help Zephyr, and we'll do a 3-legged race towards the edge of the clearing.
Okay. So you guys reach the edge of the clearing. I need somebody to make a scouting check for me to try to find a path that's going to be safe to get away.
Actually, can I use my Path of the Forest ability?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where I can spend 1 willpower and automatically succeed at scouting?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
So Torak finds this perfect path as you guys hit the forest, and you hear him sort of let out this howl to kind of let you all kind of hone in on to where he's at.
Can I howl?
You kind of fall into step behind him.
Do you want to howl?
There you go. Beautiful. So you all start to crashing through the woods and stuff, completely blind. I mean, you're following Torak, but Torak, you're not even really sure what direction you're heading. Just trying to get away from the clearing as fast as possible. You guys travel for several minutes, and before you just all start to sort of fall away, your endurance starts to kind of finally falter. And you find yourself next to this giant tree, which is toppled over, and the roots are sticking out, making this sort of natural, almost like a half cave kind of sticking out. You all kind of fall into that little hole, and you're kind of sitting underneath this thing for now.
Sounds good to me.
All right. What do you guys do?
Is my horse here?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Although did anybody's? Yeah. No. Yep. So Keyleth is on the horse, as well as the dwarf as well too.
All right. Zephyr's just gonna start getting Keyleth down and sort of like give her a little hug, and then she's totally trembling, like she's terrified. Never mind. She was gonna put her down, but she's just gonna hold her now.
Also terrified.
Hey, has anyone noticed these trees? They're very close.
Yeah, we just crawled under a tree with her.
I don't like this. I don't like this forest. It's very, very dense. It's this. I don't like this. I don't want to be here anymore. How long will it take us to get in here? How soon can we get out of this forest?
I think like another day or so. I'm not sure.
I can't handle that.
What would be a good way? Like, could I use healing and empathy to kind of talk Crabin down a little bit?
Yeah. Give it a whirl. See what you can do.
All right. So that's a 2 and a 2. So I got 4 dice total. You bugger. I got 1 failure and no successes, and I am not going to push it before my mind just snaps. So yeah, I guess that was it was a no-go.
So you try to talk Krobin, like you're trying to calm him, but then Krobin sees that you're just as terrified. And you're sort of teetering on the brink as well too. It doesn't help either one of you at all.
No, and I will explain to everybody exactly what that that thing was.
Okay.
It was Barona's body, but this blood demon had pretty much taken it over. So there is no more Barona or Brona.
Oh, that's awful.
So this
So what do we do with
girl
this
has
kid?
nowhere to go.
What do we do with this dwarf?
Yeah. Hey, dwarf, what were you doing here?
You dropped me out of a dang tree.
So the dwarf finally introduces himself. He's like,
oh,
and he's sort of strapped to this horse, so he can't. He just sort of reaches his hand out towards you, and he's like, I guess it's as good a time as any to say thank you for helping me. My name is Andred. I'm of the northern clans. Thank you. And he's sort of like straining against these things as much as he can. You can tell he's in pain.
Just rest. It's fine. It's fine.
Hold on. And so Zephyr sort of moves Keyleth to like be like a piggyback ride. So she's just gonna hold on, and then she's gonna use her hands to unstrap him and get him down.
So you kind of lower him to the ground, and he's definitely in pain. His leg is still, I mean, while it's set, it's still broken. So he kind of shuffles himself into a comfortable position underneath this tree, and he's like, "This feels good, but we can't stay here long. That thing will be looking for us." And he's kind of eyeing Keyleth on your back, and he's like, "What? This child, Elvin?"
Half.
And he sort of gives you a nod, like, yeah, he sees that, but he's like, "There's something special about her, yes?"
Yeah, she's a kid. She's precious.
Well, beyond that, I mean, and he looks. Let's see. Artan's human. Zephyr, you're half Elven, right?
Yeah.
And somebody else is as well. Leah, is that?
Nope.
No, I'm human.
Okay, so you're the only half Elven then.
Yep.
Okay. So he kind of looks at you, and he looks back at Keyleth, and he looks back at you, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, don't you see it?"
She just looks over her shoulder at her.
So you finally have had a chance to sort of get a good look at Keyleth, and while she appears to be half Elven, she tends to exhibit a lot more Elven traits than she does human traits. Let's see, how would we do this? Leah, you're watching this all go down. Make a lore check for me again. See if you.
Okay, so I've got 1 left in empathy, but 3 in lore. So I got 1 6 and nothing else.
Cool. So you're listening to this whole thing go down. You listen to this dwarf, Andred, talk about this child, and you're looking at the child, and you're like, wait, and it sort of dawns on you that there was a tale of this sort of prophecy, first, kind of more of a folk tale than really a prophecy. But you're like, in the tale, it talks about a child. You know about the elves. The elves all have this ruby sort of embedded in their body, and it's elves are immortal because of that. So even though their bodies might die, if the ruby that's housed within them is protected, that they're able to sort of inhabit another body and keep their memories and stuff. And so they're effectively ageless. They can go on forever. And you remember this folktale about a special one, a coming one, who would inhabit a body and would house a black ruby, which you always thought was kind of goofy. Like, how can rubies be black, right? They're red. But it's always been sort of a folk tale for you that you never really believed in. You thought it was another story that you collected. But you do remember in that tale, it talks about a birthmark on the person's back that gave them away. But that's kind of all you remember about the story. And you're starting to look at this child, and you're thinking, no, this can't be. That wasn't a real thing, was it?
All right, so I will approach Keyleth slowly,
Okay.
and kind of get down to her level.
Well, she's at your level because she's on my back. So.
Oh, she's on your back.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of just gently, try to reassure her. And child, can I see your back?
She sort of pulls away from you, but looks down at Zephyr, questioning, like, "Is this okay?"
Why?
There's an old tale, and it's silly, more of children's story, but I am curious. This child may be special, as our new friend here says, but I highly doubt this would be the same thing.
She looks at Keyless like, is this okay?
And she kind of looks at you like the same kind of question, but nods.
Go ahead.
All right, and as gently as possible, just check her back for the birthmark.
Okay. Sure enough, you slide her shirt. You kind of pull back the collar and look down the sort of neck of the back of this thing that she's wearing, and sure enough, right in the center of her back is this sort of reddish brown birthmark that's in the shape of almost like an aspen leaf. So kind of a sort of, if you guys know what an aspen leaf looks like, it's sort of this pointed, almost like spearheaded shaped kind of leaf that's perfectly like right in the center of her back. And you realize that maybe there's some truth to this folktale.
So just slowly kind of just take a step back. She bears the mark.
Oh, come on. That's just a story.
It's a story, but there may be a ring of truth to it.
Okay. Okay. So there's a story and there's a special kid. That's great. When can we leave this forest? Can we do that like now? Can we where do we have to go? Please tell me it's somewhere that's not in the middle of the woods.
The woods may not be the best place for us to stay right now.
It's not. I can guarantee you it's not. I'm positive it's not. So
how long have we been under this tree now?
That's a great question.
30 minutes or so.
Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem for me. So the actual effect of being claustrophobic, by the way, is that every turn, which is 15 minutes, in a confined environment, which we determined was the entirety of the forest, I suffer a point of damage to my wits.
Oh, no.
I don't have many wits left.
He's at his wit's end. Literally.
Look, if we can't actually get out of this forest, I need to do something because these trees are freaking me out.
Here, I got you. And she's gonna take a piece of cloth from like the bottom of her pants and just wraps around your eyes.
Okay.
Let's make it more claustrophobic.
And then just puts them on the horse.
Now I can't see. Someone just convinced me I'm not in a forest because I'm pretty sure I'm still surrounded by trees.
Just pet Chaya. Just pet the horse.
I think she needs the fur of a very good boy.
Oh.
The horse is pretty nice, but I'm still kind of strung out right now.
Just focus on the horse.
As soon as Leah says that, I stop licking my wounds and I look over at him and I just growl.
Is that going to be sufficient for me to keep my last wits for now?
Yes, for now. As long as you can't see the forest, I think you'll be safe. Yeah.
Can't see the forest for the trees.
I was going to say the same thing.
Gotta hang on to this horse and dream of nice, cold stone cities.
That are also claustrophobic like?
No, they're not trees. They're
Wow.
fine.
Yeah. How to not help there, Zephyr?
I grew up in a city. I don't understand these trees. They freak me out. I want to go back to my alleyways and my hovels. I'm just going to lean up against this horse. Smells like home. Kind of stinky.
So now that we know this child is special, that still doesn't give us any sort of hint of what we should do with her.
Sure.
Dwarf, you've heard of this story before? I'm sorry. Andred. I'm sorry.
And he sort of shakes his head like, no, not this particular story, but the dwarves have a long history with the elves, sort of against them, as it were. But he has this sort of ability to, he realizes the child is not sort of natural. Maybe he's got a sense that the child was maybe birth of magic. But that's really all he knows. He hasn't heard the tale or anything, but he thinks it's a strange. Definitely, he's interacted with a lot of elves and a lot of the half elves and stuff as well too, and he knows that enough to know that this child isn't of either one, if that makes sense. So it's been about another 15 minutes or so, and you haven't. Is anybody keeping watch at all for the forest and whatnot?
I'm a demon in our face.
So.
No, I'm just trying to tend to my wounds because I'm, all about me, baby.
I'm not watching anything.
Right, that's true.
I mean, I guess it could be once I put Keyleth down and have her like sit by the horse or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, nothing's happened yet, but you haven't been paying super close attention, so you're not sure maybe if the demon is still out there or where he might be. You haven't really stopped to listen intently to see, if it might be following you or where it might be in the forest. But you do know that you probably should move on. Although this might be a good place to hunker down for the night. It's up to you guys.
Till Krobin dies.
Pet the horse.
Yeah.
The horse, Krobin.
Fine.
Pet the horse.
Fine.
How far away are we from the? Are we like days into the forest or?
We did
I
camp
guess
overnight getting here.
Yeah, it was a couple of days to get into here, but you're not really sure where you're at since you guys ran. Make a. I guess that would be another scouting check to try to figure out where you're at in the forest.
Okay, I'm gonna spend another willpower point and just automatically succeed in that.
Okay. So you step out from underneath this gnarled tangle of roots and stuff and tend to look around, and you realize that you're probably about half a day's journey from the western edge of the forest.
All right. So I'm gonna maybe I'll I'll come back to the party and just tell them if we book it fast enough, we should be able to get to the edge of this forest and get out of these wicked trees and environment that we're in right now.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Torak, you know that sort of northwest of from where you guys are at, there's a big open expanse of plains, which is bordered in the north by a river, and to the northwest by some mountains as well.
Okay. Shall we head to the mountains? If we go the northwest route, we should get to the mountains within a half a day.
Well, let's go.
I have no
Okay.
opinion because I'm still a gibbering mess.
All right, so we're gonna travel. Let's do our travel thing here.
I'm gonna keep Krobin on my horse. I'm gonna put Leith on the horse, and then I'm gonna stick the dwarf to the back and
Okay.
just strap him down again.
This horse
So
is like, what are you doing?
As you travel, you're gonna need somebody to lead the way and someone to keep watch as well too. So, only one person can do that at a time.
I can keep watch. That's
Okay.
insight check, right?
That is, I believe so.
Yeah, like I got 5 dice on that, so I
Yep.
can keep watch.
Okay.
I'll lead the way since that's kind of my deal.
Okay. And so that's a survival roll for lead the way.
So I got 2 6s and a 1.
Okay.
Let me roll there. I've got one success. Yeah.
Okay. So that you guys make the first part of the journey perfectly fine. There doesn't seem to be anything barring your path. You're able to find a nice animal path that might lead you guys further towards the edge of the forest. The second part of the day, as it starts to get twilight, or it starts, the late afternoon, you begin to hear you hear a howling from somewhere far behind you, sort of this bellow, same bellow that you heard before when this thing unleashed this roar in front of you. But it seems pretty distant, and you're not really sure where. It's further back in the forest from you, but you're not sure if it's headed towards you or if it's headed a different direction or not. But just a reassurance that the demon is still out there behind you somewhere. Torak, make one more lead the way check for me. And if someone wants to make a keep watch check as well.
I can do that again. That's no problem.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
Cool.
One success and one failure.
Cool. All right. So you guys actually make it out of the edge of the forest. You come to this. You can see the sun sort of breaking through the edge of the trees, and you know that there's an expanse out beyond there. And you come walking out of this tangled forest into this huge field. And in the distance, you can see the peaks of the mountains off to the northwest, and you can kind of see the light sort of shimmering off this river further to the north as well, too. But there's you're in a big open grassland now. It's probably about half a day's travel to the river and maybe 3/4 of a day to the mountains.
I take Krobin's eye mask off.
Okay.
Oh, it's very bright.
Sorry, I should have warned you.
Ugh.
It may be a good time to take a rest. We are not in the best condition to travel long distance.
Oh, we're out of the woods. I feel better already. Except
Tall grass, you're
Not
just surrounded above your head.
Wow.
As a goblin, I mean,
Wow. Why would you do that, man? That's just mean.
He's on the horse, so he's high up.
Super funny, but it's mean.
I'm gonna never get off this horse now. I'm gonna stay up here.
okay. So do you guys want to make camp here? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So you found a suitable spot, but you'll have to make a survival check to set up a decent camp where you can get some decent rest in as well.
I have 1 in survival if y'all want me to do it. Does anybody want to help?
I have 1 in survival as well, so I will. Yeah, I'll. What's your wits score?
3.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you.
I was pointing the wrong way. I think I got to go this way.
So I get an extra dice if I get help. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So if I want to push myself, I
Sound
keep,
good?
and then just roll. Is that right?
What's that?
Do I keep the 6 or do I throw the 6 back in the pile?
I know you keep the 6.
Okay. I'm gonna push myself. Still nothing, but I still got 1 6.
Oof.
So
Okay. 1/6 is good. You're able to set up a camp effectively, get some bedrolls and stuff out. You're able to sort of make a spot that's comfortable enough, get a little fire started to kind of cook some food or whatnot and keep you warm. Kind of pushes the darkness at bay, kind of thing. Yeah. So
How long has it taken us to get to this point from the tree?
About a full day.
Okay. So during that full day, I would have recovered 1 more point to my empathy because it takes D6 hours. So I can stand up and speak like a human being again. Woohoo!
And camping will actually give us everything back, correct? As long as you do a quarter day of resting.
As long as it's not a broken situation. Broken takes more time to recover.
Takes the D6. Yeah.
Now that I'm up and moving, I can heal all of that. Okay. So while we're capping, who's hurt for what? For broken.
Oh, not broken.
Not anymore.
You're not broken at all anymore?
No, nobody's broken. We're just
No.
all kind of injured.
I'm the only one that's still broken. Okay, fine.
I was dangerously close because of trees, but I'm fine now because now we're not in trees.
I will just sit quietly in the corner because I can't actually help my own broken self.
Oh no.
Wait, can you heal us at least? Like,
Oh, I can heal you if you have any actual damage. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got damage.
We got damage.
Yeah. No, I was just talking like for your empathy and your wits and stuff like that. I can heal that too.
Oh, nope.
Okay.
It's just all strength and agility, baby.
Still kind of frazzled.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Up
Hang
that
on a
one.
second. I will.
We're not going back in the trees, right? Just tell me.
No,
we're not going back.
no. Any direction that is not in the direction of that thing is fine by me. I'm still very disappointed that Brona turned out to be a monster, but you know.
Me too. Especially a monster that tried to make the trees kill me.
Okay, so there we go. All right, I will try to heal Zephyr first. Oof. You get 2 points back to your strength. Was it hurt?
Strength and agility both hurt, but strengths hurt worse.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you 2 points back to your strength.
Okay.
And Krobin is still hurt too, right? Yeah.
Wits.
Wits? Okay. I'd only get 4 dice on. Yeah, 2. Cool.
Oh, yay. Okay, I feel much better now.
You can be wittier if you wish. And I will go park myself in the corner and wish that I could heal myself.
Oh, hey, Torek, how you doing?
I just got some bruises and some cuts, and don't mind me.
I am not a veterinarian.
I'll just be over here licking my wounds.
Rude.
He'll be
How
good
badly
after
hurt
he
are you?
sleeps.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a snooze.
I don't have any more willpower to use my healing anyway, so I couldn't have helped him anyway. Cost me 1 willpower per spell.
Wait.
Okay. So while you guys camp, I'm assuming you're gonna sleep for the night. Is that correct?
That would be the plan, right?
Yeah, that refreshes us. So
Yeah,
that's probably a good idea.
That is probably the best option.
Yeah.
Are we setting up watches?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Who wants to go?
I feel much better. I'm willing to watch for the first time now that I rode on a horse all day, so I'm not terribly
I was
exhausted.
going to say, I haven't been doing a darn thing all day, so I'm willing to keep watch. Can't really do anything else with my strength beat up still, but I can keep my eyeballs open.
How many watches do we need in a night for us to all get like a long?
Normally one, but I'm gonna have you split it up into 2 so that you can each get some sleep and stuff as some rest.
Okay.
So 2 people need to make a keep watch check.
Yeah.
I could take the second.
Well, I think Artan said he's taking a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll take a second one. I can't really do anything else, and you probably need more recovery than I do, honestly, because you used a lot of. Were you using willpower, or were you using like actual points of empathy?
I had 4 points of empathy damage, so I need to. I was using willpower to heal people, but I took 4 points of empathy damage in that battle.
Ouch.
Crap. If I had any more willpower, I'd heal you, but I don't.
Oh, that's right. If you sleep for a quarter of a day or more, it wipes it all out. So.
Oh, all right then. So what roll do we have to make, Jody?
It's a scouting roll.
Scouting. Wits for me. Okay. 0 successes.
Yeah, I got nothing.
You gonna push it?
Amanda's face.
Push it real good.
I'm gonna push mine. Crap, still nothing. And I had 1 fail.
Oh.
All right.
That's a point of damage to my wits, right?
I'll try to push. I still have nothing, but I didn't roll any failures, so.
Okay.
Boy, we're blind as bats.
La la la.
All right.
Look at all that not trees, Robin.
Yeah, some nice grass.
We can see all of the nothing leaving it up before us.
So, R10, you went first, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, sure. So nothing happens during your part of the watch. It's fine. You're starting to you get a lot of time to think about things. You feel a little bit better about yourself that, it still sucks that you kind of so blindly trusted in Brona, but at the same time, you're sort of given a little bit more relief in the aspect that it wasn't really Brona, that this demon had taken over him. So it makes you feel a little bit better in that regard, that it wasn't, it wasn't Brona that you sort of thing, but
I will be a better druid than Brona ever was.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Though, Krobin, during your watch, let's see. There's sort of a clicking noise in the distance just before these three men, humans, come stumbling out of the grass into the camp. They all look pretty. Let's see. I'll read the little description text for you. A group of unwashed humans wearing worn clothes and all sorts of simple weapons step out into the clearing. They're dirty and they look like they haven't eaten properly in a number of days. A large man with a black beard steps forward, spits, and puts his hand on his sword. Yeah, and that's what you see.
Oh, I'm gonna spit back.
Okay.
It's a spitting contest, is it?
Spitting contest for the goblin, man. Goblin's gonna win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he looks down at this goblin spit at his feet, and he just kind of looks back up at you, and he's like, "It'd be best if you just give us all your food and your coin right now."
Oh, well, I don't have any coin, and you can't have my food. You can keep going.
And he slowly starts to slide his sword out of his sheath.
Do you really want to do that? There's a lot more of us over here.
And he kind of laughs, and you notice the other two are starting to draw their swords as well.
Everybody wake up! Wake up! Hey! I start kicking gear around, screaming. Like, hey!
What? Are we under
attacked
attack?
by a bunch of idiots.
I'm gonna grab my bow and just sort of wipe my eyes as I'm drawing back, just
accidentally knock an arrow and shoot somebody.
Yes. What's that? Whoops.
Very intimidating lot we are. Yep, real intimidating guys.
And now that I'm focusing, I'm like, oh, and I just aim it right to the big guy.
Okay. So they're gonna get to go first, and the big guy in the front, Krobin, he sort of as he's bringing his sword out, he sort of tries to swing the pommel at your face. Do you want to dodge, or you don't really have a weapon out, so you could dodge, or you could just take the hit.
I would love to dodge.
Okay.
That sounds great. Dodging was.
It's
Dodge is your move.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's your move plus your agility.
Oh, move plus agility? Oh, ho, ho. Oh, ho.
Now, okay, go ahead.
I succeeded. I got 2 successes.
Okay. So as he pulls his sword out to try to swing at your face, you dodge up out of the way, and he actually pushed his roll and got 1 failure. So the sword sort of flings out of his hand, like he was hoping to hit you with a pommel. But so the sword kind of falls out of his hand and sort of lands next to you.
That's what happens when you spit in your hand before you grab your sword.
Krobin, I will let you go first in this as well.
Ha-ha.
I'm
going to take his sword. It's my sword now.
Free sword.
Free sword. This is my sword now. Can I still do anything now that I've taken his sword off the ground?
Nope, it's your action, so you can attack or run or whatever you need.
Sweet, I'm gonna attack him with his own sword. You jerk.
How embarrassed are you, buddy?
What's the bonus on the sword, if there is one?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It is a broadsword, so let me see. It's a +2 bonus.
Sweet.
Does 2 damage as well. Although it's kind of rusty, so it's probably not worth much. But
I mean, it'll give him tetanus. It'll just come along, right?
You will die of a disease soon enough.
I got a success.
okay. All right. And he failed his dodge, so go ahead and do damage.
So do I have to roll something separately for damage? I'm
No, sorry.
No, it should just be
I
2.
keep saying roll damage, but
Okay.
no, it's just 2.
okay. It's just we're just also used to that other very famous game where you have to roll damage.
Absolutely. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So that's 2 points of damage. And you catch him like right across the top of the thigh. Like he's got this sort of nasty leather like jacket on it, and it's like right below that. It just slices into his thigh, and he sort of drops to the ground, clutching his thigh. Now blood starts to seep out between his fingers. Who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna let Zephyr go next.
You said there's 2 people with him?
There's 2 people behind him, and they're just in the process of drawing their swords.
I'm going to shoot one of them. Or shoot at one of them, rather. I don't want to jinx myself. I'm going to knock on one now. Okay, knocked on one. Ooh! I got 1 success.
Nice.
I don't
Nice.
want to push it.
That's
I got
good.
2 1, so yeah.
Well, they failed their dodge. So as this guy falls to the ground, you send an arrow straight to the person right behind him. What's the damage?
It's just 1 damage.
Okay. It's now sticking in their throat, and they're kind of pedaling back, clutching at this arrow on their throat.
And I guess I'm going to be like, there's more where that came from if he keeps staying here. And I just start drawing another one.
Okay. Who would you like to go next?
Let's go with Torak.
All right. Torek is going to immediately lunge towards, get on all fours and start running towards the one that hasn't been a part of combat, any kind of combat, and he's just going to jump and try to. He's going to jump up on him and like try to throw him to the ground.
Okay. So go ahead and make just be a melee attack.
Okay, so melee 1, 5. Okay, so there's that and that. Now I do have the brawler ability, which gives me a +1 to unarmed attacks.
Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's do that. And I got 3 successes with that.
Wow.
Nice.
Damn it. I only got 2 to dodge, so you like leap forward to the guy who's clutching his thigh, leap off of his back, and just pounce on this last guy. Just get him flat to the ground, and you're just like sort of snarling, just snapping jaws right in his face. Who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna let Liet go.
All right. So this one that's already hurting, I'm just gonna look at him and sharp tongue and we smelled you coming. You smell worse than a wolfkin in the rain.
Oh.
So I got.
Oh, that was supposed to be an insult to them, but it was also an insult to you, Torak.
Oh, he's my buddy. I got 1 success and 2 1s, but because this is going to be an opposed check, I'm going to push it because I need this to go high to do damage. Well, baby, I got 2 more successes. So
Nice.
3 successes, 2 failures.
I got no successes and 1 failure on my pushed roll. So
that would do 3 empathy damage to him.
Okay. Yeah, he's trying everything in his might to get away from you guys. Stumbling as he is with his wounded leg, he starts to head off back towards the north. And he's like, You'll all be sorry. You'll see more of us.
And you'll see more of us too if you come back.
Yeah. I got your
won't
sword.
be wearing any pants.
It's my sword now.
the direction he's running, the sun is starting to now start to come up a little bit in the morning, and the direction he's coming from, you can see now in the distance, probably just beyond where the river's at, some smoke rising in the distance, as if like not like from a small village, but not like a fire, like from chimneys or something. You're thinking he's probably headed back that direction. It's probably where they came from.
Hmm. There's a camp of these miscreants somewhere nearby.
I got a question though. Did we get healed? Or
Yeah,
did-
you were all able to rest for the night. Yeah.
Yes. So all our attributes are cleared off now. All the wounded from our.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All your damages.
These other two gentlemen are dead, or what?
They're not. Well, the one is probably going to die pretty soon. He's got an arrow in his throat.
Right.
The other one is pinned beneath thorax.
Yeah, that's my concern right now.
Thorak, you gonna let him go?
Is he
You
giving
gonna let
up or
him-
anything, or
Gonna let him go run
breakfast.
home?
Is he fighting back at all, or is he?
I mean, no. You're way bigger than he is, so he's just sort of pinned to the ground.
All right, so I'm just going to I'll get off him and slowly turn and walk away.
Okay. And the minute you get off, he gets up, his pants completely soiled, starts booking back off towards the other guy. This is probably the first time he's ever seen a wolfkin in his life.
I think that was pretty successful for the fact that I did absolutely nothing.
Typical human.
So, yes, Krobin, you can add a broadsword to your repertoire of weapons if you'd like.
I love this thing. It's as big as me, and it's kind of rusty and gross. It's amazing.
You think if you cleaned it up, it'd probably be a pretty decent weapon, but you'd have to take it someplace to get it, scrubbed down and ground out and stuff.
Right.
But then it wouldn't infect people.
True. I mean, there's the chance of always giving someone tetanus if you.
At some point in your distant future, you will suffer.
What's the child's name again?
Keyleth?
Keyleth. I had that written down. Oh yeah, right here, Keyleth. What does Keyleth think of all this that transpired?
I mean, she looks scared. She seems less terrified now that you've left the forest and you're making your way, away from this demon thing. But she, again, has never uttered a word since you guys have gotten her. This have been what, 5-6 days ago now?
Right. Okay.
I am going to craft myself a new staff since I'm pretty sure nobody picked mine up while we were running away there, and it's just a stick. So.
Oh no, you dropped it. I didn't even realize it.
Oh yeah, when I went down like a sack of potatoes, I'm certain I dropped my staff.
Oh, sad days.
So as the sun starts to come up over this plain that you're in, you can see it sort of sparkling off the river in the distance. And you can see the smoke rising from the small village just beyond the river. The sun sort of breaks out from behind the mountains and covers this field of grass in this sort of like amber color. And you realize it's probably going to be a pretty good day. But I think this will probably where we'll leave this session until we come back next time.
All right.
All right.
Good. Fair enough.
It's a good spot.
All right, folks.
We actually won a battle.
We actually.
Finally.
Run away this time.
Against 3 bum humans, we can win.
Great.
It definitely shows you how swingy your dice rolls can be. And
Yeah, no kidding.
holy smoke! That first encounter definitely did not go the way.
Yeah. Well, when I instantly went down like a sack of schmuck, I was like, okay, what do I do now? And like literally all I can do is crawl and grovel. I'm like, Uh-oh.
That is a good indicator of how fragile we are in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And pushing rolls is tough, man. I think I did more damage to myself than anything else.
Absolutely.
So I got a random question now that we stopped playing, and now I can ask. How do we get willpower again? Because I was not keeping track at all, because I'm not sure how to keep it.
When you get failures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
So-
actual failures, yeah.
Sometimes you kind of want to push a roll and suck up a couple failures.
Well, I'm just going to call that one a wash and just remember for next time, because I don't remember what I felt at.
If you have lots of ones, you don't want to do that because it's going to beat the crap out of you more than it is anything else.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely need willpower because I can't use my
Yeah.
healing path of the hymn
Here.
unless I have it.
I need willpower to be able to do things. Like all my spells are willpower driven.
So
Now I know.
Morgan, to be fair, we'll just give you a couple. I'll give you 2 points of willpower, just so
Okay.
you have them next time.
Thanks. I'm sorry. I did not know that part. 'cause
No,
I-
it's fine. And sometimes you get caught up in the narrative of everything, and you kind of forget to keep track of those things. But that's one of the things about this game too that I was a little wasn't sure about. Like reading through it, like, oh, you only need to roll 1-6, but then as you actually get into the game, you realize that sometimes rolling a single 6 is kind of hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
Especially if you're not rolling a lot of dice.
I was
Yeah.
rolling 5 dice on some of my rolls, and I was like 4-1, 3-1, 4.
Yeah.
Like it'll never be. I mean, if I use my knife in melee combat, I get 2 dice and that's it.
Yeah.
So like I am
same.
just not meant for stabby to
Yeah.
stabby.
I'm not a stabby person or a smacky person or nothing.
You don't
Have
have any.
strength and no meat.
You don't have any strength or anything. Any?
I have no might and I have 2 strength, so I would just get. Oh, sorry, I get 3 dice because of the knife
Because of
is a
weapon.
+1.
Right.
But if I have a lore roll, it's 8 dice because I've
Yeah.
got 5 empathy and 3 lore.
You know, we're specialized in our own way, okay? Like,
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's how we're balanced.
Next battle will be me and Liat standing in the back saying, "Go team!
Go team, you can
We
do it.
will pick you all up when you fall down."
I'll be in the back with you, just shooting at a distance.
Yeah.
So now, how do we earn experience, and how does that work?
So that's what I was going to just mention. What I'll do is before our next session, I'll get with all of you and I'll give you the experience and stuff, and we'll go over how you want to do that, like how you want to use it. And then as a recap for the next session, I think we'll have everybody go through and just talk about how they used their experience to level up, as it were, kind of thing.
Narrative explanations for leveling up. I love it.
That's fine.
Yeah. So that's on page 39, I believe.
39.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a montage.
I leveled up because I'm like wicked awesome.
And then, so for everybody watching too, I just wanted to say the demon that you guys encountered, I actually just rolled it up. That's one of the cool perks about this game is there's tons of charts in this game.
There are.
So with the demons, because every demon is supposed to be unique and different, before this session, I just sat down and flipped open the Game Master's Guide and just randomly rolled up a demon.
And tried to murder us with it.
That tried to murder you with him. I knew that I wanted Brona to be a demon anyway, but I wasn't really sure what was going to come out. So everything you saw was completely a random roll. It was completely out of the Game Master's Guide. So if that's interesting to you, you might really want to pick this game up if you haven't already.
Absolutely. Yeah, the box set is just it's phenomenal for
It's
product. You know.
amazingly beautiful.
And it's beautiful too.
Oh,
It's
it
just
is.
this box.
Yep.
That's nice.
The interior art is so nice, it makes me mad.
Yeah.
It's all done in this black and white, and it's I forget
Mhm.
the artist, but it's all this like you can just
Whoever it is, I want to eat him and take his powers.
Here, let
So it
me.
looks like the main illustrator is Nils Gullikson.
Yeah, and he
That
was
sounds like a tasty person.
Oh yeah, delicious. And delicious talent that I want to consume and make a part of me. It's so good, you guys. So good.
He was a big RPG illustrator in the 80s over in
Yep.
Sweden, so it's really nice to see him get even more notoriety now. Yeah,
I love that the books are
Ooh,
just
look at
like
that.
the covers are so just
Nice.
like minimalistic and awesome, and
yeah.
every time I read this, I feel like I'm reading some kind of magical tome. It's like this great.
The other thing that I love about is that the Raven's Purge campaign book, it feels old. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but the cover is like, it has this weird, like, I don't know how you want to explain it, but Jody probably can explain it a little better than I can, but it feels like an old book. You have the Raven's Purge handbook or campaign book?
I don't have it right here next to me, but yeah,
it feels like it was like, like those old Hardy Boys books. You know how those feel? Like
it's got sort of a worn, almost like a used book feel, kind of.
Like a weird texture to it. It's really kind of awesome. So it does feel like, even though it's a new book, it feels like it's like was made back in like the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, totally.
Explain it. But it's really kind of neat how they made that product. But anyway, that's going to do it for our Forbidden Lands episode 2. I'm going to remind folks that if anybody would like to see more of these episodes, please hit the like button down below. And let's just go around and tell folks if they want to know more about our players, let's just go around and tell folks where they can find them. We'll start with the person right below me, Amanda Call from Age of Night.
You can find my webcomic updating literally right now on ageofnight.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at ageofnight and Instagram at Amanda Call Art.
Excellent. Rob, where can folks find more about you?
People can find more about me at pawnsperspective.com, a social media Pawns Perspective. And I will make a quick plug. I also sell T-shirts for charity. The You Are Welcome at My Table gaming inclusivity T-shirts. We've got, I believe, 4 designs up now. And all profits go to charity. And every few quarters, I throw up a poll for people to decide what charity profits will go to. And it looks like for the rest of the year, I have to run the update, but it will be to the ACLU.
Yeah, that's a good shirt. What's the website called again for the shirts, or is it on
it's actually pawnsperspective.threadless.com.
Gotcha.
I'm not looking this up right now or anything.
Yeah, we've got the one I'm wearing now. We've got a Pride shirt. We've got one with some fantasy characters and a dragon sitting around a table. And then actually we have one from an upcoming Kickstarter game called Dance Card by Cardboard Console. And we should have some new designs up hopefully within the next month or 2.
Excellent. Yeah, I've got the one that of the dragon and the fancy characters around the table. It's a great shirt. It's
I really dig that. One of my players in my D&D campaign drew that up.
That's awesome. Jason, where can folks find more about the Geek of the North, Jason Hunt?
On Twitter, I'm at Hexeter. On Facebook, I'm Jason Hunt. It's just my own personal page. More often than not, you can find me roaming around the VCG Discord server playing Pokemon. Actually, I haven't really been playing a lot of that lately, just because
I noticed that. What was up with that?
I got a really good Pokemon right now, and it's just hammering the crud out of everything else that I find right now. So I think I'm a little over leveled for the area I'm in. I'm going to have to go to a new zone.
Nice. And Morgan, where can folks find you if they want more Morgan Nuncio in their life?
I'm Serena Bezos on Twitter and Instagram. Also a part of the Roll to Play podcast network with the Red Death campaign. And right now my game for Monster Hearts is currently pulling up there. So yeah.
Awesome.
Morgan, what is that thing spinning around behind you?
A fan?
It's the pull cord for the fan.
Oh, okay.
It's
just going like,
it's actually a bell on a ribbon because the cords are too short.
Okay.
Nice. And Jody, where can folks find more Jody Brandt if they want quest-wise in their face?
You can find me over at YouTube under Questwise or on Facebook as Questwise as well. Always putting up new content on role-playing games, gaming theory. I just started a new series called Wisdom of the Quest, where I just talk about my experiences with role-playing over the years. And those have been pretty popular. And I'm thinking about starting a new series where I'm just going to interview other fellow gamers and just talk about things that they're playing and things that they're super passionate about right now. So that'll be coming up very soon as well.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, folks, go check them out and hit that subscribe button, please, if you want more Victory Condition Gaming in your feeds and subscription lists. This has been Victory Condition Gaming, because winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time.